Welcome. Bruce Leroy Bar Report, man. Another episode for you where we kick it, chop it up with the most influential, cool people doing art, music, this, that, and the other. And we got my man today, man. The man, the myth, the legend, Heyzeus.
What's up?
A man of many trades, man. You do it all from what I see. And,
I try to.
Absolutely. Hey, but
I don't want to be bound to one thing. So.
but you're humble about it, so it's
I like to switch it up, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
I appreciate you having me.
Every time, bro. Every time. Had to get you on there. It's sooner than later. It was a better idea in my opinion, bro.
Overdue, man. I've been checking out all the episodes, so I'm proud of you. I'm proud
I appreciate
of what
you,
you're
bro.
doing, man. It's dope. It's as an artist, we appreciate any and every opportunity to talk about what we love to do and how we started or whatever.
Of course. And I'm the man for it, so
yeah, man,
got you on here. We'll get right into it, bro. First of all, we go with your backstory, your name, how you came up with Heyzeus, however you want to put it, man. So you can just give a good backstory yourself.
I'm gonna try to make it as quick. This story is quick because it's not a good story at all. Like I have like the most like boring like origin like rap story ever. Like my name came from like me like appreciating like Greek mythology. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had like an appreciation for Greek mythology. So like, and I also like as a writer, I like wordplay a little bit. So like I wanted the name to be like a play on words. But then it was just strictly like my art moniker. Like when I did like graphic design or whatever, like I just wanted to be like called Heyzeus. And then when I eventually got into music, it just stuck. People would always call me Zeus or Heyzeus or whatever. So I don't know, like it grew from that, but then, like I said, I need to. I always joke and say I'm like lying. Like every time somebody asks me like how I got my name, I'm gonna just tell like a different story. Because it's not a cool story or whatever, but it just kind of like stuck. But yeah, Heyzeus, man, like it's I ironically enough like I got into music because like I would always hang around like other rappers. Like I wanted to make clothes and. For like artists, like I would do like show flyers and go to shows and meet rappers and meet artists and producers and any other kind of like musicians, and it kind of like inspired me to like, man, I want to like work for y'all, like I want to do your art, I want to be involved in your creative process, and from that being around so many really inspiring artists, man, especially down in Indianapolis. Like I kind of fell in love with music, and it became something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then it just grew to what it is all these years later. But yeah, man, like just my appreciation for art, like you said, like I growing up I wanted to be like a painter like my dad, but I realized like I was not that good, so I got into doing graphic designing. Okay. And then when I met my bro Tony, it was like, let's make a clothing line. Yeah, shout out to Terrible Tony.
Yeah.
I want to make a clothing line. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was like something that we always like dreamed about for a long time. And then, like I said, doing that, I fell in love with music, and I used to cook for a living, so that was like another. Culinary was like another form of art that I kind of fell in love with. So. I like to surround myself with artists. Like I have the pleasure of having all art friends, so it's like a nice energy. It's good. It's I feel like my name is like just art personified. Like I just want to be an art deity. I don't want to be an art god, but I just want to be an art deity, an art.
And I like the way you put that, because Heyzeus does mean like Jesus or God, right? But you do have a God like flow, bro.
I'll take it.
You got that. You're a hometown hero, bro.
When you hear it enough, you gotta accept it. So like I'm trying to. Right. I'm getting to the point where I'm accepting of the accolades that people tell me about. So
absolutely,
I appreciate it for sure.
Of course, bro. Of course, absolutely. Let's just keep moving, man. I know I've been knowing you for a long time, man.
Yeah,
for a little while now. We go back.
We were talking off cam, man. We got history.
We do, absolutely.
We know each other for years. Before the music.
The Syndicate XX, man. I know it was the start, kind of the start of everything. You got you, Tony, Aaron out in Indy.
My man, Ferris
Bueller, people like that. How did that start come about, bro?
Honestly, it was Tony. It was something that Tony kind of had even before I knew him. Like it's so crazy that Tony is honestly like one of the biggest inspirations that I've ever like met in my life, just because I've seen like his growth as an artist. Like I've seen him like go from, you know, just drawing and, you know, to painting to making clothes to like, you know, having like international recognition from like people that are like, you know, award-winning people. You know, they know Tony, they, you know, they buy his stuff, they like support what he does. So it's like crazy to see like that growth. But like that was like his, you know, his baby. You know, Syndicate was something that he probably made up probably when he was in like high school or something like that. You know, just like the, you know, the 2099 20XX, just like, and it kind of was just, you know, a group of you know, artists. You know, his vision was to put together like a team of artists, a team of people that just like, you know, were creative and just wanted to do whatever they wanted to do, and like kind of like go against the grain of normal art views, you know, or whatever. So that was all Tony. So like when we all kind of got together, it was nice to be around, nice to have a brotherhood of people that were, you know, all similar ages, listen to the same music, watch the same shows, watch, you know, knew the same pop culture references. You know, we were like nerds growing up, and like we liked anime, we watched wrestling, we watched, you know, stuff that wasn't necessarily probably the coolest thing to watch, but you know, as we got older, that was the connections that we kind of still had. So, you know, it was nice to be around Tony, be around Aaron Ferris, be around, you know, Switch, be around Wally back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was a brotherhood of like-minded people. Like I said, we weren't even. I wish it kind of like kills me a lot of times that we weren't as responsible artistically back then as we are now. But you know, those memories kind of like showed us that you can achieve a lot of your dreams if if you're around a lot of people that get it. You know, if your friends buy into like what you're trying to do, you know, the possibilities are really endless, man. And I think, you know, that those years showed us that more than anything. And it, you know, Syndicate, you know, changed all of our lives. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if, you know, if everybody would admit that, but I think it changed all of our lives. You know, it kind of put us in a better perspective of, you know, who we wanted to be as men, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, as young black men that are into a lot of things that are deemed like weird or like not, you know, not cool amongst the people that look like us. You know, to find people that get it no matter what, and, you know, will support you whatever you're doing, support the weird that you have, is like. And
now weird is cool.
Now weird is cool.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
it's like it came full circle. So it's dope, bro, to just see that, and to see not only you but like everybody else that's, you know, doing their own thing. The DJing, you know, Wally still might do his thing here and there, but it's everybody
writing for people. Like it's you know, we all found ways to like grow as people and grow as artists and like inspire other people, get inspired by others, and, you know, it just kind of grew. You know, like we always just say like, you know, we couldn't wait to move out of South Bend, and, you know, as we got older, it was just like, man, you know what, South Bend is becoming the city that, you know, we used to try to travel to go, you know, to try to get that experience. And now, you know, there's so much going on here, so many talented people, you know, and not even just music, you know, artists and, you know, just developers, and like it's so much that is like added to South Bend culture that, you know, we probably, you know, wouldn't have had, you know, or did not have years back, and probably never would have thought that it would be possible. So
it's a tight knit community from what I see, man. It's like everybody, you know, like you said, it's great to, you know, have the utmost confidence in yourself, but when everybody else is genuinely having confidence in you just as much as you do, that makes it even much more sweet.
It just feels good, you know, to know that not only are you doing well, your peers are doing well, your friends are doing well. When you see them out, you know, you get to not only do I get to do my own events, I get to go to a lot of, you know, events that my friends have or that they throw, and it's like just it's you know, beautiful to me. Like I love it. You
Vibes, the energy, all that. It's just a positive thing. Everybody,
it's good, man. It's, you know, and it gives everybody something to do. Like there's no bad energy going on. You know, so it's nice, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I've been to a couple events, man, and see it first and foremost, man, where it's like
it's crazy.
Everybody is doing great, man, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Let's go into and you already mentioned this. This was a question of mine, but you already kind of went over it. Okay. Your fashion design sense, man. It's just like, sheesh. Like, I noticed that you not only put out music, but with every piece of music, you put out a piece of art with it. In a way. So it's dope to see. And my question was, do you feel like if you ever stop rapping, would you go down that fashion design lane?
Honestly, I quite literally only got into music to make clothes.
Okay.
That was,
Okay.
I remember, like at a point, years back, maybe like 2014, like just being like, man, like I like music,
Right.
but I said it too prematurely that I would never fall in love with music because I absolutely have, but I honestly only got into music because I wanted to because of the art. Like I wanted to make streetwear for rappers, and at the time my friends were rapping, but then they a lot of them kind of went on different paths. So I started to rap myself, and it was just like I'll just rap, and then I'll make merch for myself. And then from that, like I didn't realize like how much you have to put into music to like get good at it. So I kind of stopped designing for a long time, and it felt good to take a break from it because I needed definitely to like focus on music. But in the back of my mind, I was always thinking like, man, I need to get back into graphics. I need to get back into fashion. I need to like really, don't lose sight of, go back to my roots. Don't lose sight of, what my, my end goal, what I knew my end goal, wanted to be. So, but yeah, absolutely, man. Like I tell people that all the time. Like, I want to open up a gallery, man. Like my end goal is to, provide a space that, we didn't have growing up. Provide a real, art gallery feel. It's a lot of art. I don't want to disrespect any of it because it's dope. Like the Rocky Button is really amazing. Like,
but have something for yourself.
Something for myself, or something in addition to. Like because those businesses have laid a solid groundwork for what we are trying to do. They provide great venues and platforms for us to to perform. So
absolutely,
I just want to add to that. Like they I don't want them to be the only people out here laying the groundwork for the future of South Bend art. Like we're at the point now where the creators have these voices, and we can take those steps. We can make those phone calls. We can hey, like you have this space, let us use this, let us utilize this. Absolutely. And if they can't, let's get our own, and then we can do even more than what we're already trying to do. So but yeah, like a gallery, man, like fashion is the end goal for me. Like I want to be, rest in peace to Virgil, who just recently passed. Like that is like a a tremendous example of a black man that broke a lot of so many artistic molds, not even just for fashion, but he broke a lot of barriers in art, and I Lord willing, I want to be able to say that me and a lot of my friends have that kind of impact on on people. So that's the goal, man, to leave an impact, whether you make it or not, whether it's big or small, man. I feel like people have great praise of me, man, like the hometown hero, what I'm saying, or whatever. Absolutely. But like I appreciate that more than any other thing, because it just means that I'm inspiring somebody else to be better than I am.
And that's the end goal, right? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's dope.
That's my end goal.
So you want to do something like almost like how West Side Gun is doing out in Buffalo.
Yeah,
with his got
sure.
and something like that with art and clothing and
bro.
That's dope, man.
Stuff like that is.
You should go for it, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, not to step on anybody else's toes, but
exactly.
you do your due diligence and go to those events and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love it, and that would never change. Like I never want to stop supporting like local art, local talent, local businesses, man. Like people show me so much love, man, and I will be foolish not to give it back.
And it's much deserved, man. It's much deserved, bro. For sure.
More than anything, it's a testament to like, how well that I do.
Yeah.
Me and my mom kind of joke about it all the time. She's like, man, South Bend really does love you, and I'm just like, it's kind of cool.
It is.
It's kind of cool to know that, my parents hear about me for something good versus. Some negative stuff.
Absolutely.
So
no street stuff.
Never.
Making music, art.
I take pride in that. So much pride in that. So that's.
You do well, bro. You do well.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one, man. What with the homegrown, man.
Yeah, man.
What is
I've
I've chopped it up with her and a couple other people about it, but I just want to know what homegrown means to you.
Man, homegrown hype is it is like I've been saying, you know, it is another example of how much South Bend has grown over the past few years, and how much that when we all like utilize each other, when we come together, when we put it, I always say like, man, I don't want to be the number one guy. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be Drake. I don't want to be this
The hit maker.
the hit maker. Yeah, I don't want to, because it's too much. I don't or like I would never want to be there alone. Like I wouldn't want to be the only one. Getting like success from anything, man, because it's lonely. It's lonely, man, and I don't create well, in like lonely spaces. So like homegrown is showed me even more that South Bend has the potential to kind of like grow as a group collective. Like when we do, when Reminisce put together the homegrown hype, and I'm sure she talked about it a lot more, but like it was just showing local artists that you can do shows consistently. You can get paid to do shows. You can you can build a fan base. You can network with other artists, other producers, other videographers, people that make clothes, people that kind of do anything, and you can meet those people in South Bend, Indiana, in Mishawaka, and in Elkhart, in in your local in your local area, and you don't have to outsource. You don't have to go to Chicago. You don't have to go to Indianapolis. Like those places are amazing, but also be proud of being home. Be proud of coming from where you come from, and telling your stories the way that your friends and family can relate to. Like there's nothing wrong with being from where you're from, wherever that is. Like we all have.
That's where we started, history. Man. That's where we started.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be ashamed of it.
You shouldn't be ashamed of it. Even if you go through horrible experiences, and I don't want to take anything that away from people that go through traumatic stuff from at home, but you can also, I don't even want to say but and also you can still find ways to
make a bad situation good.
Find peace and find beauty in telling telling your story in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? And homegrown hype has been that. You know what I'm saying? We're meeting a lot of people. We're getting a lot of a lot of new artists are just popping up. I feel like every kind of show. Even with like the open mics in McCormick,
Mondays,
like we just every Monday, you meet new people that just are a consistent message is like, oh man, I didn't even know like stuff like this would happens in South Bend. Like to have been hearing that for like almost like 10 years now. It's like it's frustrating, but also it's like it's working though.
It's working.
Like, it's working at this point.
Absolutely.
Like people are catching on. Whether or not they catch on, 10 years ago, or they catch on now, or another 10 years in the future. It's still it's still growing. It's still something that like it's gonna build and build and build. And there are going to be more people like us that come from South Bend that don't want to leave and want to make it just as amazing as New York, or just as amazing as LA, or just as amazing as all these other big cities in the country. We may not be that big, but the talent.
It's a collective.
The talent is crazy. Like there's like extraordinary talent in South Bend. It's it's unbelievable. So
it's one of those, man, where I think like you look at it like you said, going to a big city. Of course, you got more opportunities
for sure.
But at the same time, you can go to a big city and not have a collective South Bend does,
and be alone in like this big market.
Exactly.
And like and I think social media allows us to be big wherever we are.
Exactly.
Like you on the internet, it doesn't matter where you're from. Like,
somebody's gonna see it.
Somebody's gonna see it. Like there is no population when it comes to being on an online presence, because at that point your presence can be felt or seen anywhere. So just figure out what you love to do.
And keep going
and just dive into it, man. Wholeheartedly dive into it.
Absolutely. we have a thing on here called rapid fire questions.
Okay.
This or that.
This or that. All right.
And I got a couple for you. I might know the answers, but I wanted to throw them out anyway.
I'm basic, you know.
So we just gonna go through them. Let's go. First and foremost, cheers, Frazier.
It's not even close. Frazier.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
Because I know you talked about both of them, so I want to mention both.
I have the utmost respect for Cheers because it's the OG, but Frazier, you know, that's
GOAT to you.
That's
GOAT shows ever. Is that your GOAT?
That is my favorite show of all time.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's not even close.
That's dope. Method Man, Redman.
Man, I gotta go with Meth.
Okay. Method Man. Okay. Marvel, DC.
I
know we talking about I know all the shit y'all like, man, but
if I was going to be completely honest with you, if I was a child, is DC all day.
Okay.
Now that I am an adult and movies exist, I have to go with Marvel.
Okay.
I actually want to work for Marvel. MCU, like if y'all ever get this,
you hearing this, man? You hearing him?
Whether it's music, acting, I could be a villain, preferably. You know, just putting that out there and energy.
Hey,
you know, putting that
manifesting it, man, for sure. Let's go with Denzel or Will Smith.
That is ridiculous.
And can I say something real quick too on that one?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was talking to a homie, and we were talking about the new Will Smith movie, The King Richard.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Might have put him over the top of Denzel with that movie,
And
bro.
I've always been a big Will Smith fan. I love Fresh Prince. I'm one of those people that puts Fresh Prince over Martin.
Absolutely, dude. Me too.
I
understood it more as a kid, bro.
Yeah, you know,
Martin was more like adult shit.
I was a church boy. I didn't want to be like, you know, Martin. You know,
not taking away from Martin, but Fresh Prince is definitely, bro. It molded a lot of people, bro. Like,
I'm gonna have to go with Will.
Okay.
Man, that's crazy though. But
we can come back to it. You go Will. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Will.
I like that.
It's more Bad Boys. You know, it's more things that he did that were for me.
Yeah.
You know, versus Denzel. Denzel's OG though.
Absolutely. Last but not least, man, we'll go with Rocket Power. Hey Arnold.
Oh man, that's close.
I had to come with some good ones, bro. I had to.
I think I watched more Hey Arnold, but I love Rocket Power. Rocket Power is you know, you had to be a real cartoon watcher.
I swear.
To really, man, Uncle Tito, that was, you know, Uncle Tito, right?
Oh yeah. That was Rocket Power, yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Tito.
Raymundo and Otto and all them, yeah. They did it all
I
too.
like Rocket Power, man. But
Hey Arnold is dope too.
Hey Arnold was crazy.
His room alone let me Arnold's room, bro, was like, what the?
You can still binge watch Hey Arnold and be like, oh man, this is nice.
But see, I recently binged Rocket Power. Like recently,
See, I haven't watched.
I watched like all of it, like in its entirety. But I think Hey Arnold, man.
I need to go back.
Yeah, it's not about me. It's your answer, bro.
I respect it. I need to go back and watch it.
Rocket Power was fire from the beginning to the end. Oh my god, bro! You see the evolution of it.
I'm gonna call in on another show and be like, hey, bro, Rocket Power might be. I'm gonna do the redo.
Definitely. Yeah. Ain't no calling in, bro. You might have to come for a second interview, bro. We'll talk about more then.
We can double up.
So, what do you have upcoming things? It could be like, it doesn't have to be music, but what's your upcoming things?
Honestly, I want to do some more fashion stuff, man. Like I kind of want to get back into doing like some pop-up shops.
Nice.
You know, collabing with a couple other brands. You know, my friend Tiv, shout out to Midwest Junkie. She's had her she's probably had her brand going for like 2 years now, two or 3 years. And we've always kind of like talked about doing like collaborative like art like fashion shows, but we just kind of really, you know, COVID kind of took a lot of.
Oh yeah, for sure. And 2020 is skipped.
That's kind of like the next phase of, you know, art that I'm kind of wanting to get into. Like I want to do some more fashion stuff. I want to do you know, a lot more business, not really business, but like I I want to do a lot more like
Collabs?
fusion, yeah,
Collabs.
collab kind of shows, like partnering with like restaurants or partnering with like businesses and kind of like I think being able to make music that is family friendly.
Yeah. Great way to put it.
Has worked out well for me, and it's not like I don't have to like change who I am to like conform. It's just
It's organic.
I grew up listening to like boy bands, so like a lot of my music is not heavy rap. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I get into like like rap debates, I bring up like NSYNC. You know what I'm saying? And Maroon 5 because like I grew up listening to like a lot of things that were probably not big in like rap culture, but I don't know like. Maroon 5 did like crossover music, but you know what I'm saying, like I listen to a lot of I listen to like a lot of like other stuff, so like it kind of inspired the music, and it has inspired me to like not only do rap, but get into food and get into more into fashion, and kind of like blend those worlds when it comes to music. So like those are the next kind of transition shows that I'm trying to put together for the next year, man. So
that's dope.
Yeah. But also music too. Man.
Of course, you got to keep putting up, man.
I like
for sure.
music.
Everybody loves it, bro. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, I might put out music next week or something, man. I don't know, man.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. And on this show, bro, we always like to give you flowers. All right, we appreciate you, man, for what you do.
Likewise, man.
Not only for the music scene, but just for the community, bro.
Man,
and it's nothing but love, bro. Like for real.
It, bro.
You do it well, and it's just much more success to you, bro. Like seriously.
Man, likewise, bro.
That's what I appreciate,
man. You are laying a great foundation for media. Media is the unsung hero of a lot of art. Because we can talk all day and make our music all day, but only our fans will listen to it. But then you provide platforms for people that have never heard of us. Probably would have never heard of us without this platform. So we are in debt to you as well, man.
Appreciate you, brother. For real.
It's dope, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man. For sure. I think of everybody that I interview as a superhero in a way. Like seriously,
man,
bro. Like you guys put on for the city and beyond, man. And it's like it's just great to see and be able to go to an event where you're not like, oh, well, this person gonna be there, so it's gonna be this going on and this and this and this.
Nah, man,
it's all positive and great energy every time, man.
Man, it's crazy. We recently did Black Jay. He recently did a house show out in Elkhart, and we were great show, great time. And afterwards, we were like cleaning up, and the family were just like, man, like that was so sweet of y'all. Like we do shows often, and like people like never really help clean up, and we're just like, oh,
it's
like,
nothing,
it's like,
man.
we
It's nothing.
didn't even think about it. We were just like,
we part of it, so
part
why
of
not?
this, so like having those experiences like mean a lot. Like being told that you're talented is amazing. Like
of course.
I'll take that all day. But being told that you're a good person, and oh man, like I met you and like I loved your music, but you have a great personality. Like that means
that goes hand in hand, bro. For sure.
A lot more to me, honestly. Because that means that my character is is good, and I'm big on that. If you're doing the right thing, what you're doing will work out.
Yeah, it'll come right back to you, man.
It's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
that's the goal. That's the goal.
That's
man.
dope, bro.
That's the Heyzeus.
Keep going. Well, before we get out of here, man, let the people know where they can find you, where they can find your music, your social tags, all that good stuff.
I am on every streaming platform, Spotify, iTunes. You can find me anywhere. Heyzeus, Heyzeus. It is a very commonly misspelled name. It's okay. I don't hold any grudges with people. I have my merch site, cutelikezeus.net. You can shop with me, black-owned businesses, shop black.
Come on.
But yeah, I'm always on Twitter. I'm on Facebook a little bit. I'm on Instagram, Heyzeus XX. I'm awkward. I watch Frasier. What's today? Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
The new Hawkeye drops tomorrow, so like I'm just trying to stay up till 3 a.m. to watch Hawkeye.
There it is, man.
Lakers play tonight. Shout out to LeBron.
For sure, man. Yeah, and with that being said, man, another great episode.
Bruce Lee Ray Bar Report, man.
Yeah. still got the ace. You know I always got the hot shit. Going like an auction. Smoking on it, I was blowing